Hello friends, today I would like to show you a problem that can happen when slow growing adenium is grafted on top of fast growing rootstock in hope that it'll speed up the growth of a slow growing scion. When the difference between the growth of two is not too big, it works. Here is an example of a fast growing obesum, and on top is a somewhat slower growing broccoli plastic leaf hybrid. You get a beautiful plant. That has a taller trunk than this plastic broccoli hybrid naturally has. Here is one, non-grafted, but pruned. You see how short trunk it has. It has a beauty of its own. And here is one, non-grafted, non-pruned, in a pot. Again, short trunk, it has beauty of its own. And here is one in the ground, unpruned and ungrafted. Again, it has beauty of its own, especially once the weather gets warmer, when it's covered with bloom. The problem is when we graft something slower growing than this. Example will be Mini, cultivar called Mini. Here is one, few years old. The only trunk are the roots lifted during transplanting, and when I grafted piece of it on fast growing obesum, there was a problem. The rootstock thickened much faster than the scion and started to strangle the Mini. As you can see, part of it already died from being strangled. I don't know if the rest can survive. So once you have way faster growing rootstock than the scion, the problem shows in little sprouts from rootstock poking out. And I was peeling them off because I wanted palm-like crown. As you can see, it didn't work. So I tried again. I planted the cultivar Mini on a fast-growing rootstock that had multiple branches. I grafted Mini on each branch. Let me show you. Here I have this old fast-growing rootstock, and I grafted on it the cultivar Mini. Here, 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 and here, and from the other side here. And what's happening is that yes, it does slow somewhat the thickening of a rootstock, but not fast enough. As you see here, it's thickening faster than the scion, and the plant not able to be satisfied is sprouting new shoots. So to avoid the problem I just showed you on the other plant, I'm letting the shoot grow. Here is one older, and I will graft on it yet another mini. So finally the plant would have so many branches with cultivar mini on that it'll be satisfied. At least that's my plan, that's my hope. And grew a nice big crown of such a dense foliage that only mini can provide. The obesum just doesn't grow so dense. So that's the plan. There is another way to solve this problem, but I never tried, which is that it's called double grafting, that you graft in between scion and rootstock a different plant, different adenium that would grow slower than rootstock, but not quite so slow as the desired scion. So it'll gradually be slowing down. I didn't try that, but that would also work. I didn't try that yet. Slightly different solution to the same problem would be to keep pruning high these shoots, non-grafted, so it'll branch, releasing some of that excessive energy from grafted branches. I tried that. Let me show you what was the problem, and again, how did I deal with it. Very rare adenium from the island of Socotra, called Adenium socotranum, is very slowly growing. If grown successfully, it takes 10 years or more for it to first time bloom. So I grafted it on fast growing rootstock, and it's growing somewhat faster. Very rare adenium from the island of Socotra, called Adenium socotranum, is very slowly growing species of adenium. So slowly growing that when grown successfully it takes 10 years or more for it to first time bloom. This one never bloomed yet. So to be able to speed up the blooming, I grafted its sibling on fast growing rootstock, and yes, it's blooming once, twice, sometimes even 3 times a year. And it doesn't have that strangling problem because the stem is thickening at similar speed like a rootstock. Here is the merger, you can see. But again, because the rootstock has way more energy, is impatient for the growth of Adenium socotranum, it started to shoot branches. Instead of grafting onto it some slower growing something, I kept pruning it and pruning it and pruning it Look, so much pruning that this is already similarly thick, like the main stem. Finally, I got tired of pruning it, and again, I start to graft onto it the cultivar mini, which is then very beautiful when it blooms when the weather is warmer, and not enough branches, it still shoots. Here I'm gonna in few months graft, here I'm gonna in few months graft. So gradually I'm gonna have a tree-like looking plant that would have a mini crown here, that would be covered in flowers in May, let's say, or June, depending on weather. And on top will be growing the rare Socotra. So here, my friends, you see the problem or problems that can happen when the rootstock is faster growing by far than the scion, and for one reason or another you want to join them. That the rootstock can overgrown and strangle the scion, or the shoots can start sprouting from the sides. So this is the kind of problem and the ways I'm solving those problems. Well, that's all for now, dear friends. That's the end of this video. Every song has its end. Until the next video, goodbye. Even roosters are saying goodbye. Bye-bye.